Christelle here, and I'm seeing someone is already there. Queen, 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 queen. Let me see. Let's see. Queen, what does she say? Hello. I've watched you for so many of your videos and think you're fabulous. Queen, you are regal. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Here you go. You're very chatty, Queen. How do I know if I'm part of a twin flame? Okay, now this is not a question and answer. That is another day. Um, let's say trying to so desperately to heal your soul. We're going to start one step at a time. Come back when it's a Q&A next weekend. Hello, Nirvana Bliss, sending you all divine. Okay. Yeah, as you see, we're near a waterfall. Okay, so this is here for our meditative purposes. And we have Marlene. Hope you are well. I'm very, very well. As you could see, I'm very well. Follow along as I cook for the families. Good, good. Juanita, hello. Let's just talk and wait and relax and get people here because what are we going to do today? All right, so if you can you get something small to eat, like a nut or an apple? We're going to do eating meditation later on, or anything that lollipop, something that you have on hand. A raisin would be perfect. A raisin would be perfect. So, thank you for being with me. And what are we going to do today? Hi, Dolly. Dolly, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. So, what are we doing today? Let me go back to the idea of mindfulness, right? Andrea Craig, hello there. All right, so now we're back to the idea of mindfulness. Now, you remember the last time we spoke, I did talk about focusing attention, and this time I just want to give you an idea of what exactly mindfulness is. There are three different qualities, okay? First of all, you have to be aware, and we did that, all right? We're starting to be aware of everything. That's the beginning even of a spiritual practice, of intuitive practice as well. Then the next ingredient is to be in the present moment. You are with me, I'm with you, we're here, this is the present. There's nothing more present than this, okay? And then the last one, the most important ingredient, is that you're in the present with acceptance. You're accepting what is occurring. And the difference between psychotherapy sometimes that gives medicine or drugs to sort of numb the pain of some emotional difficulty, mindfulness makes us meditate on it and think of it. This way we understand it a little better and we can almost dissect it and we can accept what has happened. And we just keep it there. You just keep it there. So there are different skills, of course, that we're going to work on. So the first one is concentration. Okay, we did talk about awareness, focused concentration, focused attention and concentration. The next one is monitoring. You've got to see, like I said before, we're going to do a small eating meditation, one of the easiest that you could do because this is also to help those of us who overeat. Sometimes we don't think we're doing 10,000 things. Carolyn is saying hello to everyone. There you go. And that's monitoring. That's knowing that you're thinking about what you're doing. And then the acceptance, like I said, loving kindness to yourself, loving kindness to others. All right, but I'm adding an ingredient here, all right? I'm adding the pursuit of pleasure because we're going to meditate to bring ourselves toward a state of pleasure. Okay, no one talks about that. No one ever talks about that. Laura Brown, hello there. Mwah. It is beautiful. Okay, and I'll be changing my setup all the time so we're keeping our awareness up. So, we're pursuing pleasure. while we're doing our meditation. That's why I thought of eating. So get something, get a nut, get an apple, get a piece of bread, a cracker is fine. Something will go there and something that will help us. Yanna, I'm an amazing woman. Woo, superwoman. I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. Thank you. All right, so we're going back here. You're avoiding pain, all right? So you're not you're going toward pleasure, and part of the pleasure is acknowledging the pain, but looking at it for what it is. And the activities that are pleasurable, all right, that's what we're going to be focused on. What is the most important activity that's the most pleasure of all? Think. One of the most important, one of the most pleasurable is sex, and that is to perpetuate the DNA. Eating, sex, and sleeping, these three are probably, scientists say that those are the three most pleasurable activities. And so when we're concentrating, when we're focusing, when we're meditating, we're doing one thing. Yes, it is very peaceful. Peaceful for this Aries as well. That's why I thought of that. Now, we're doing one thing, right? And only one thing. And as we do it, okay, I asked everyone in the room, can you tell me what you have? If you got a nut. I have here, I'll show you mine. I have a walnut, a piece of a walnut. Whoop. There you go, a piece of walnut, okay? And a raisin is perfect. It's something small that you can move around in your mouth, or an apple cracker. So let's get that object. Tell me what you have before we start. Tell me what you have. Tell me what you have. Tell me what you have. Anybody have nuts? Anybody have nuts? And then we're going to start. Before we do it, we're going to start with my singing bowl. Anyone have a nut? Anyone have an apple? Something. And I know because this is out of a meal time. I had a lunch, a late lunch. So, it's a difficult thing. But the idea is, Juanita, good. You have an apple. Good. Medicine woman, an almond. Very nice. Juanita, an apple. Ooh, Yana, almonds as well. Good for you. Almonds are the big on the list here. All right. Don't start until I tell you. Yes. Okay. You have coffee here. Okay. Coffee though, it just goes down. But if you have something like a cookie or anything, we could do it with the coffee though. A drink, that would be okay. And we've got a nut. We've got another almond. Great. Now, so we're going to take the object. First of all, as soon as I finish the bowl sound, we'll start. Ready? Okay, now we're going to start, and whatever object you have, take a very, very small bite. So small, the smallest that you can, bite into it. Very, very small. And let it go on your tongue or around the mouth cavity. And so let's think about how grainy it is. Try not to swallow it yet. How grainy it is. If it is sort of viscose, if it's sort of slimy or slippery, or if it is more grainy, and if the bite has put a lot of pieces in your mouth, is it bigger than you expected? This is interesting. You can close your eyes on this. Is it bigger, larger than expected, that mound of an apple, or that bite of an almond. Think of the color of that morsel. What color is the apple once it came into your mouth? Did the color change as you're moving around the bits of apple in your tongue? Is there places of the apple that you can't touch or you can't feel? Is the taste of the apple, does it change as you chew or as you twirl it around in your tongue? The interesting part here is whether the taste of the food changes once you start swirling it around in your mouth or your tongue. Now let's stop that, swallow that bit. Let's swallow that bit. And let's talk just a little bit about this. We're going to do this again, and each time in a different way. Is there something particular about the thought of you eating, the thought of you putting that bit in your mouth? Was there something specific, either that it made you think of or what you thought of when you were swirling it around in your tongue? Was the taste different? Juanita says, yes, the taste changes. Maybe we could be more specific. What kind of change do you feel? What kind of change do you feel? Not everyone changes. Not everyone feels or tastes a change. That's it's very, very particular. And Medicine Woman as well says, yes, there's a difference. Maybe you could give me a description of what it's like in the beginning as soon as you bite it, and then what the difference is. Because so far you're saying, yeah, there's a difference. Let's see. Nirvana, Wellnut felt the cavities, the crunch. Yes, the taste did change. It is much more delicious. The thought is conscious about the bite. Yes, well, that's what we're getting to. Let's see Dolly. Dolly's saying, yes, it was smoother. Yeah, smoother. Yeah. And Medicine Woman, you're saying it dissolves. It dissolves. It's as if the intensity of the taste dissolves. Yeah. And Yana, my almond tasted nice, but lots of little bits and pieces. There are 2 or 3 of you who have the almond. I wonder if that was the same for everybody. If these little pieces gave you a problem. Okay, Medicine Woman, bite itself, then it mixes with saliva, mixed. Okay, probably then it was the saliva that changed the taste of that morsel, of that bit. All right, now we're going to try it again. When I put after the sound of the bowl, let's see, Laura Brown, the graham cracker. Yeah, graham cracker was grainy. The taste changed as it got mushy. Less taste as you chew. Right. Yeah, Medicine Woman. Yes, many pieces. All right, so now this time I'm going to ring the singing bowl. As soon as you don't hear any more sound, you take a bite. I will not speak. And you feel the experience. Mary, hello, welcome. It was much more savory. I eat so fast to begin with. Well, this is on the way to eating less because you'll get full much faster. All right, so I will ring the singing bowl. As soon as the vibration stops, you bite that bit of whatever you have, and then I'll be quiet. Close your eyes. As soon as you bite it, close your eyes. And I'll give you about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. I'll say a few things, and then in the end, I'll say, okay, now you can swallow, and then we'll talk about it. Ready? I'm going to ring. Close your eyes. The bite goes into your mouth. Just think about it. Close your eyes and enjoy it. Think along the terms of consistency, slippery nature, and the taste. One more minute. Just one more minute. You know you only have one more minute, so you're going to enjoy it as much as you can now. Keep breathing through the nose. Okay, we could stop. All right, let's see and compare this experience with the last one. What is that like? What is that like? Was it the same? Was there something different? And if it was different, what was it that was different to you this time around? Was it more pleasurable? Was it less pleasurable? Let's see, Nirvana. Oh, this time I could smell it inside my mouth, the freshness. It is filling. Yes, amazing. Amazing. This is the key to stopping when you just fill. You get filled. Dolly tells us this time it tasted sweeter. Interesting. Interesting. Really interesting. Medicine woman. Medicine woman different. It was different. Smashed the piece of almond. Got a big flavor by that end of chewing. Almost, medicine woman, almost, from what you write, it sounds like you were anticipating the flavor, and it seemed that, that surprise gave you satisfaction. Did anyone feel that the experience was the same? That there was really nothing different in the two experiences? That happens. It happens because it takes time for us to focus, It takes time for us to really focus on what we're doing. Juanita, let's see what Juanita says. Juanita says sweet At first, then bitter. I guess, Juanita, that was some kind of nut because for it to become bitter, it seems that maybe it was a nut or an almond. Mary, different taste. I'm eating a grainy cracker, and notice there was a different essence. This idea of the essence is so important. It's, and I'll tell you. We'll talk more about the essence in a moment. Yana's the same. Yeah, it was probably so intense the first time that it was the same. Medicine woman. Experience was different, yet the focus has changed the experience. Yep, you can even cut that little experience in 2 or 3 parts and focus on each part, actually. The moment of biting, that is interesting. Queen, I actually appreciated the smoothness of inside the almond. The flavor was also more appreciated at the end. Yeah. Juanita, an apple. It was an apple. Yes, I can see now. I understand. Well, this was good, and this is something. Why I usually do this first is because it gives you the idea of how different a meal could be, not only for the enjoyment of the taste, but before you get up off the table, you'll find that you get filled so much easier because of your senses. Your senses feel the taste and you smell the smell. And Yana's saying the almond got creamy with the saliva, but got me to feel like I didn't want to eat anymore. Exactly. The juices, the saliva juices in your mouth work wonders. And this is, if we can continue like this, you'll find that you'll be cooking less. Well, of course, it depends on how many people you have in your home. And, young boys, especially young men, they eat a lot. But you'll find that for you, it'll be a different experience. And the same type of meditation, ladies, I think we're all ladies, you'll find, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find that the same type of meditation can be used for sweet drinks, sour drinks, hot drinks, cold drinks. And if you ever are eating ice cream or something very cold or a smoothie, something that has a cold base to it, it will completely blow your mind. It will be so difficult to finish it, you'll find. Because usually we'll gulp down smoothies. It will be extremely difficult. Victoria, welcome. The texture changed for me. Good. Yeah, it usually does, the texture. So let's put this experience about food on the shelf because it's something that we'll be doing again in your daily life. You'll be doing this. Now I'd like to do, before I do the walking meditation, because it's something we can do every day, I believe, I can't remember the name, the essence. Okay, Mary said, I've noticed there was a different essence. All right, now that idea, that essence, is such a difficult thing to imagine. What is the essence of something? Laura says, I felt that too, didn't want it anymore. Right, you that's enough. It's enough of the almond, it's enough of the apple. All right, now when we talk about the essence of something, I'm going to project the notion of an essence to a live person, to someone. Remember last time when we spoke in the first healing video, I was talking about attention, and I asked you to go into a person that you loved and cared for. It could have been a child, a significant other, anyone, a parent, anyone, a friend, and go in, and then we ended up looking outside of their eyes, looking out, and many of you saw yourself, a reflection of yourself. This, what I'm going to ask you to do and to think about, is a little different, but it's still, I want you to think. It's a thinking exercise, okay? So let's let's imagine a person, maybe a different person from the last time that we used a child, or the same, it doesn't really matter. And if I ask you, before we start this exercise, if I ask you, okay, John, Giovanni, Harry, Susan, Laura, anyone, tell me if in your mind, before we talk about what essence is, if I said to you, what is the essence of that person in one word? Write it to me now. Just the word, the essence of that person. If you think of them, what is the most overriding essence that comes to mind? And it makes you think of them. That's them. It's a different essence from another person. It's a different essence from a father figure. Different essence from a significant other. Think of what a certain person's essence is in one word, or at best 2 words. All right, so we have Medicine Woman says mysterious. Okay, mysterious. The essence of this person is mysterious. Then we have Dolly, magnetic. Interesting. Who are these people? Mysterious and magnetic. Those are similar words, but they are quite different because mysterious, if I say someone is mysterious, I am prone to want to learn more, usually. And magnetic is just an attraction that doesn't even require words, right? So let's hear. Then we have Yana says hiding. Their essence is hiding. Well, I'm getting the vision of a Scorpio, someone who's hiding. Then we have Laura says makeup, and that's interesting. We have Andrea who says loving. Now, let's try through these few words that you have already. Nirvana Bliss said calmness, tenderness. Okay. Mary, warm. So from these words, let's see if we could get, or you individually think, well, what is the essence of a person? If you had to give me a definition, a person from Mars came down and they landed in your garden or on the roof of your house. And they kept hearing the word essence, and they ask you, what does this word essence mean? What does essence mean? Very difficult, okay? Think about it. Victoria says warmer. Okay, let's think about the definition. If we had to explain essence to another person, what could that be? This way it'll make me understand how you got to that word. Magnetic, loving, warmer, makeup, hiding, mysterious. Okay, not many words, just a few words too. Let's see, Marlene says loving and warm, her boyfriend. Okay, so what could we see essence to be? It's very difficult. I have trouble myself thinking even about it. We've just had a food meditation. If I said, what is the essence of an apple? Okay, we wouldn't think of it as the core, that you throw out, that you don't eat. Let's see, Marlene says that the essence is vibration. What emerges as their most prominent vibration? Okay, good. Dolly says, this is a feeling. It's a feeling, the essence. It's a feeling that they give off. And Nirvana says hot, that is the essence. Marlene says energy. It's energy. The word energy is similar to the vibration and the feeling. Medicine Woman says the energy and vibration of a person. So we're still, we're revolving around this energy vibration. So it's something that's moving, something that's not static, something that is not all the same all the time. It's something that develops, it's dynamic, but it's the emerging energy. Then we have Yana, who says the inner spirit of a person, their personality. Yeah, now that's different. There are two different things, Yana, that you said. I'm going to give you a mirror, okay? So you say the inner spirit of a person, and sometimes people would think, oh, that's their soul, you know? And then you say their personality. Now, there are two things, because a personality is what I see from the outside looking at a person. The inner spirit of a person is something from inside that comes out. And in order for you to see the inner spirit of a person, you have to know them very well or have spent a lot of time with them. Their personality in a room, somebody jokes and everything, you know, you can say that they're a happy-go-lucky. I think they're a little two different things, I think. Nirvana says vibrating vibes, and Laura talks about the energy, their aura. Okay, yeah, it is all about energy. Okay, their aura. Mary. I think I feel warmth when I see my son because of how I see his energy and aura. And I'll ask you all another question. Juanita says, the feeling they put out to people. Okay, but see, the feeling they put out is one thing. The way people see them is another thing. And I'll give you this difficulty. All right. So let's say that Mary just said, I think I feel warmth when I see my son. She has a bond with her son, okay? Because of how I see his energy and his aura. Let's say that I'm a classmate of her son. We're in class together, and we don't get along because we like the same girl, and he's the lucky one because she likes him, and she doesn't like me. So I'm not seeing your son, Mary, as such a great, warm person. I see him as being aggressive, being, moving and trying to get whatever he wants, the way he wants. So the way people respond to persons are very, very personal. And the feeling you get from someone depends also on your own vibration and your own feeling and your own thoughts, which is interesting. And Nirvana says, looking into their eyes to feel their soul. Yes, we could say that. And it all has to do with aura. So now let's put this aside, put this off to the side. And I'm going to ask you to do something that I hope you can do. I'm in front of a computer, and I imagine that either you're in front of a computer or a laptop or a phone or some form of device, okay? And if you don't have to hold it and you're free, your hands are free like mine, perhaps you can, where you are, take your shoes off. Let's see, Medicine Woman says, you have to see the essence beyond your personal feelings on a neutral level. Yes, true. Not very many people can do that. Medicine Woman, because you're a medicine woman. A lot of people have difficulty being neutral, and there's always a point of reference. And I'll give you an example, Medicine Woman. I'm sitting and I'm looking at you, right? If something comes out of my peripheral vision, in front of my nose, I see it one way. If I go this way, I see it another way. And that's with eyesight. If I say I'm feeling, I close my eyes, I don't look, and something comes in and I feel the presence, that's a bit more acceptable because I'm not looking at it, but I still have a perspective. I still see something from one point of view. I'm here and I see it from this point of view. Okay, back one step. Medicine Woman, I'm going to put her on the screen again. You have to see the essence beyond your personal feelings on a neutral level. Okay, I have a client, right? I have a client who just came to me and she wanted to have this service, medical intuition. I call it SOS, systems, organs, scan. Because she said, I've been to doctors, I've done a lot of things, but there's something that's just holding me back. I need you to take a look. So I scan her energy. I scan all of her systems, the endocrine, the reproductive, all of her, and then all of the different organs until I find the few things, it could be one, could be three, could be five, that are compromised or that are blocked, that have certain negativity to it, and I clear her. Now, to do that type of work, medicine woman, I can't be angry at my ex or pissed off at my companion or, worried because my son is in the hospital. I can't do that. I would have to reschedule because, like you say, your own personal feelings take a back seat when you're working with healing towards others or to try to help them in some way. And in that sense, I agree with you. That I agree with you. Let's see. And Victoria says caring. It's called love. Okay, it's all about love. And that's acceptance, kindness, acceptance, all about love. All right, so if you can, take your shoes off and we're going to do a walking meditation. And the way I want you to do this, of course, I'm going to talk to you and say things to you. And for you to hear me, you'll have to be either close to your computer or to your phone or have earphones as you move in the space around you. And you may have to keep your eyes open or else you're going to walk right into the walls. Let's see, Soleil, I am fine. Thank you, Soleil. I hope you are as well. Soleil Sun. Now, so let's see, can anyone let me know, write to me and tell me if you can take your shoes off or you can walk barefoot to do this part of this walking meditation. Can you do that? Or socks, if it's too cold, you keep your socks just as long as you can feel the floor or the ground underneath you well enough. If you don't want to be barefoot, you can have something on your feet, but not shoes. Something where you can move your toes and your feet in a way that they can grasp and move agile with agility. Okay? Can you do that? Okay, Juanita says yes. We've got a yes. We've got a yes. We've got Dolly got a yes. Wonderful. 2 yeses. What else? Let's see who else has a yes. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. Dolly, Juanita. Who else says yes? We have Medicine Woman. Yes, great. Yes, we have Queen. Yes, good. So, and Nirvana. Yes. Okay, so let's say that, let's see. Roxanne, interested in learning this modality. Okay, Roxanne, take your shoes off. Okay, Andrea. All right, now, use an earphone so you can hear me. You don't have to look at the screen because you'll hear my voice, okay? And just focus on yourself. Good, Modat. Great. Modat, good. Roxanne, good. All right, now, get ready. Good, Marlene, good. All right, so if you can close your eyes or just, keep the little peepers, as my sister says, my peepers aren't open. She didn't get up yet. She hasn't opened her eyes. Just keep them like so chiusi, they say in Italian. You like the shade is halfway down, so you don't have to have this awareness of the entire room. So let's start. Close your eyes a little bit. Keep them open enough so you can walk. Now, just stand. Don't move yet. And just stand still and see how the ground, Mary, good, join us. See if you can be aware of your bone structure as you stand without moving. You may want to keep your feet a little bit wider. Keep them right under your shoulders. Shoulders, knees, feet, that width apart. And keep your arms down to your side. Try to keep your shoulders down and your head straight. Don't keep your chin too high. Keep your chin at even level, and your eyes, if you can imagine, they're looking out at the horizon. You're looking out at the horizon. Now, just think about your skeleton, not your muscles, just the skeleton, your feet planted on the ground, as if they are the ones that are going to do this exercise. Of course, we have muscles around those bones, and under in our feet, we have all kinds of muscles and a skin that will help us have sensations. All right, so just weigh yourself. Just get the bearings of how you feel just still. Probably rowing a little bit, moving a little bit to the right. On the right, put the weight on the right foot. Put the weight on the left foot. Again to the right, again to the left. Maybe putting the weight on your heels, not falling, of course, but just on your heels just before you get out of balance. And then on up to the front towards your toes. Put the weight on that part of your feet. And then roll around to a center piece that somewhere in the center that we can call our balance. All right, now just start walking as if you always walk. Take 10 steps and think of what happens while you're taking these steps. Slowly as you can. You can walk around in a circle. You could take 5 steps in one direction, turn 5 steps in another direction if you don't have that much room. You can take side steps, steps to the side, one foot, then the other foot joins, another foot, and another foot joins. So it's one step joining, one step joining. Then you can go to the left, one step, the other foot joins, another step, the other foot joins. And now just stand like before, that skeleton, your feet right under your shoulders and knees, and just stay there just for a second. And see if you feel a little different now in relation to the beginning when we first started doing this. And once again, put the weight more. You don't pick up your feet here. Just move your weight over to the right foot a little bit. Don't barely lift your left leg, but don't. And then shift your weight to the left foot, left side, and back to the center. Then on your heels, go back on your heels. Just barely, then come back to the center. And now shift your weight over to the front, the balls of your feet. Just barely before you tip over, and then come back to the center. All right? Now, I'd like you to take another 10 steps in any direction and see how you take these steps. Slowly, the slower the better. The slower the better. If there's any pain, feel it. Remember where that pain is, or that discomfort if it's not pain, but you can feel something. You might have a corn there, you might have a blister or something, but feel it. Know where it is. Try not to avoid it, but see the difference between where that is and the other foot where there isn't one. So you move this 10, you can go 5 steps forward, then 5 steps back. And now center yourself once again and move to the right. Take 1 step with the right and unite your left foot to your right. 5 steps to the right. Right, join the left. right, join the left, right, join the left, and right, join the left. Now we're going in the opposite direction. Take a step with your left, you join the right. A step with the left, you join your right. A step with the left, you join your right. One more. A step with the left, you join your right. Now, center yourself, close your eyes if you can. You're not moving, you're not walking, and just feel how your bone structure feels this time. Where are your shoulders? What about the wings? I call them our angel wings, our shoulder blades behind you. We never think of that. We never think of that. Move your shoulders to see if there's any way you can activate them just by standing still. What about the hip bone? Let's see if we can, bend our knees a little bit and move our hips without moving our entire body. Circle in one way, circle in the other way. All right, now shake everything off, and come and talk to me. Come back. And let's express ourselves. Let's see how this experience was, if there's something we could take home from this walking and feeling. Let's see. Get back in front of your computer, your phone, or whatever. Put on your shoes, put on your socks, whatever. And let's see what happened here. And there are many people who will say, I really didn't feel any difference. I wasn't even able to feel, when you're swaying from right to the left and shifting your weight. A lot of people don't have that awareness. They do it very automatically. They're not able to see the difference or feel the difference under their feet. Let's see how that was. Here I am, and while I'm waiting for you, I'll have my water. Okay, now let's see. Mary says, why do my feet feel softer and like I'm walking this floor for the first time? Amazing, isn't it? The floor feels like it's lifting me, and I'm standing erect, your spine straight. It's amazing. It's really amazing. It's amazing. Then we have Dolly, more controlling and stabilized walking and standing. Yeah. Does anyone feel a difference in your abdomen, your core, your center, your navel, your hips? Let's see, Queen. The second time walking, I felt grounded. Yes, the magic word. It is the magic word. It's being grounded. And I didn't say anything about breathing, but I hope that you kept breathing. And Roxanne says, I feel lighter, more fluid. Yeah, feel like dancing. Medicine woman. Feel more in sync with my own body and how it feels. Exactly. Yeah. A key word is being grounded, but there's a sense of flowing. There's a fluidity, just like the water here. There's a sense of agility. Like you don't have a shape. It could change. Juanita says, it made my hands sweaty. Oh, how odd. Interesting. Maybe that comes from a feeling that you had of concentrating. Perhaps it was difficult for you that way. Then we have Mariah. Hello, Mariah. I had thought while walking that I'm actually able to trust myself. Yes. Trust. Yes. Oh, that's lovely. That is the most wonderful feeling in the world. You can trust yourself. Yes, you can trust yourself. When you start to trust yourself, Mariah, you can do anything. All right, there's a phrase that in mindfulness, I will keep repeating. Victoria, no, my shoes are too difficult to take off. Okay, well, that's all right. That's all right. We don't need to. Sometimes you want to keep your feet, just your feet on the ground. There's an expression, okay? When you know what you're doing, you can do anything, okay? When you know what you're doing, you can do anything. Nirvana bliss. Wow, I felt Mother Gaia standing on her is soft. The skeleton was happy to be addressed. Yes, we never addressed the poor skeleton. I felt the whole body lighter. My hips were soft, sanding salsa. Yeah, appreciating this. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Just makes you feel like dancing. Yep, it is awareness. Medicine woman, trust me too, as I did the second part, eyes closed. Good. You must have probably memorized where you are. So the key word, we'll come away with this. Now, we'll be saying goodbye to each other. And let's see what we can take home today. All right, what we can keep for ourselves. So remember, I started with the definition of mindfulness. It's awareness, and we're becoming aware. But then you're present in the experience and you're accepting. And trust is part of that. So in terms of the awareness, you are focusing your attention and you're concentrating. And in terms of the present experience, it's monitoring. It's knowing what you're doing. And the last with acceptance means loving kindness. So remember the pleasure. The aspect of pleasure is very, very important. I remember I told you that there were 3 things that have to do with our DNA that are probably the most pleasurable of all. One is sexual intercourse, some kind of orgasm, eating, and sleeping. Those 3 things always bring us joy, usually, when you are in the moment. Now, we did the eating meditation that I highly suggest for you to always do when you're eating, because it will loosen the stress factor and it will allow you to be full, get that sensation of satisfaction. Okay, get the sensation of satisfaction much better. And the walking meditation, because we walk all day. We do this all day, and these are forms of meditation. Okay, and you get and bring home anything you want with that, and keep in mind the idea of trust. We'll get back to that. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with me. It was such a pleasant experience with this water here as well. So next time, maybe I can be in a different place. Bye-bye. And I'll be back soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you. Bye-bye.